What's up, guys? Duke back here from sportsgamers.com, and we got another nasty Madden 20 tip for you guys today, coming in hot. I'm about to break down a new fire running scheme. This two-play run scheme is unstoppable, guys. All you need are these two runs, and you can beat every run defense out there. I'm going to show you guys several motions and different variations of these runs you can use to attack any run defense you see. We're going to be going over all the meta run Ds, from the double safety spy, the man Ds, zone Ds from cover 4 to cover 2, pinch dog 2 press, 3-4 odd, all that, man. We're going to cover it, and you guys are going to be able to run over anybody with this scheme. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's in the Seattle Seahawks playbook, guys. They have a very unique run that you're not really going to find, in other playbooks in this game out of this formation. This is the one playbook I've seen this play in. Now, before we get too much further into the video, I do want to remind you guys to please hit that subscribe button in the corner of the video to subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on any of our great Madden tips, man. We upload tips and gameplays all week long, and you guys don't want to miss this content. You're not going to find it anywhere else. And also, guys, if you're really rocking me, smash that like button and show the love. So we're going to be looking at this I form H wing. Now, the reason why this formation Seattle playbook is so crazy is most of the wing I forms, they just have the stretch alert, which you can't playmaker, guys. Stretch alert only goes to the twin tight inside. You can't playmaker. But this one has a regular stretch and an ISO. Those are the only two runs we need. And these runs, because you can playmaker the stretch to the left if needed, oh my, you're going to kill people. So let's look at the stretch first. This is the key run in the scheme. This is the run I normally use to attack most everything I face. So first of all, I want to look at this 3-5 wide. We all know the setup where everyone spies both safeties and plays on the middle linebacker, crashes the line down, right? It might make other minor adjustments, but that's basically the setup. Well, this run stock kills this because we have two tight ends over here and the fullback going over here. That safety is going to is in the spot and normally blows everything up. He's going to get blocked every time, and you're basically going to be against the user for a huge run. Even if you don't make the user miss, you're still going to get a 5 to 10 yard run pretty much every time. But if you do, you're pretty much the only other guy that could get you is the safety coming from the other end of the field. But if you have a fast running back, I have the Seahawks here, no special running backs, no moves, no nothing. But if you have good stick, ability to make players miss, and this fast running back, these 10, 15, or whatever 5 yard runs can be touchdowns. Here, get a nice hole, and I'm able to get out, and I'm able to pick up very good yards heading around the corner here. Very, very easy, very effective run. So I want to show you guys this run a few more times against this defense just to show you how consistent it is. You're going to get that good running lane pretty much every single time. Now, the one tip I have for you guys is do not turbo while you're in the backfield. Only turbo once you're in the open field, because if you turbo in the backfield, you're not going to allow your blocks to set up right. So I want to do this one more time just so you guys can kind of see how holding off on turbo to let your blocks develop is pretty important. So I'm not going to turbo until I see that guy get blocked, and once I'm in the open field, then I can turn on the jets, and I get caught from behind, man. Carson is just, he's not it. But, this run is going to be very crucial against this defense. Look, all you have to do is just let your fullback block that safety. Do not turbo. Kind of let that block develop, and you're going to see this huge running lane you have that's going to allow you guys to just get up in there, turn that corner, and get some really nice yardage, as you guys can see here. We're able to turn that corner very well to, hopefully head into the end zone. That time we got caught from behind, but whatever. So that run D, that's not going to work. Like I said, the next thing people do is they try to run 3-4 odd, whether it's Storm Brave or Edge Blitz. And normally this is the lock, honestly, for this formation, because you pretty much just have the stretch alert looky that goes to the strong side. And you can't really run to the strong side against 3-4 odd with the safety in the box. It's just not effective. You guys are going to say here, if I try to do that, that safety's going to pretty much shoot in the gap every time. And, I'm not going to get any yards. So that's why generally you can't run this formation when someone runs edge blitz. You could pass the ball, but you're not going to be able to consistently run the ball against edge blitz. Now, the thing that's great, like I said, this is why this formation out of Seattle playbook is so glitchy, is because this real stretch right here, not a stretch to alert looky, but an actual stretch, you can playmaker to the weak side. And we can do a little motion glitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this inside right tight end, and I'm going to motion him to the left. What's going to happen is the safety's going to follow, but then he's not. He's going to go back across the formation, so we're going to gain a number. And once I see this, I want to quick snap it once he sets. I don't want to give the defense time to make any sort of adjustments. And as you guys can see, I should have had a touchdown there. I just ran into my own blocker, but we got a huge hole. Even though I ran into my own blocker, I still got good yards there. Like, we're not mad at that at all. That was solid yards for us. We can do that again. So again, I just playmaker the run to the left. I want to playmaker the run away from the side. The safety's in the box. So the safety's in the box on the right. We're going to playmaker to the left. We motion it inside left tight end over, and we snap the ball right as he sets. So again, all I have to do at this point is just follow my blockers. Unfortunately, the fullback was really stupid there. He didn't even try to go block the safety, and that's normally going to be the user. So, like, if he doesn't block the user or the safety, you're going to get 5 to 10 yards, though. You're still going to get those 5 to 10 yards, but if he actually does his job and blocks him like he should, that's when you should get a touchdown or at least a huge, huge run. So, hopefully, number 44 actually blocks somebody here. That time we did a better job following him. I guess I could follow him to the outside. So, he has to block the safety, and we got a touchdown. Again, pretty easy, guys, right? Now, there's something else you can do here. This doesn't work every single time, but it's another tactic I do use against edge blitz users. So, what I'll do is I'll motion this tight end over, right? And as soon as he sets, I'll motion him back real quick. And a lot of times, you can snap the ball while he's still in motion. That guy will not... That followed him across the formation, as you guys can see there, he will not come back over to the other side of the formation fast enough, and that way you can gain a numbers advantage. And I probably should have had another touchdown there. My run stick is just not as good as a lot of y'all's, man. I'm an old man at this point, man. In Madden years, anyways. I've been playing this game so long, my stick skill is kind of, not what it used to be. But you guys can see here, again, we get that same numbers advantage using that motion, and I'm just able to get it outside for easy yards. So what ends up happening here, and sometimes it doesn't work every single time, but it works a lot, is when you motion him quickly to the left and then quickly back to the right, the guy that followed him to the left, he just doesn't get back over to the right fast enough, and if you snap it while he's still in motion about here, that's gaining you a numbers advantage, so the safety in the box is going to get blocked by that tight end, and the corner's not over there anymore, so that's what allows you to get easy yardage. Now, you might be wondering, okay, see how it does against the Mandy's. Again, what about the zone? What about pinch dog 2 press? What about cover 4? So let's start with pinch dog 2 press. That does not work against this run either. This is actually one of the best runs in the game to beat pinch dog 2 press because the user is not going to be able to shoot that gap with a twin tight end stretch like this with all this blocking the same way he can on a lot of other stretches. I mean, it's extremely difficult to do because there's just too much traffic over there. And as you guys can see, it's basically a free touchdown. You're not always going to have a touchdown, but it's going to be consistent yardage. But because we essentially have 3 extra blockers on this side of the field for the stretch. Let me reset this. This pinch dog 2 press defense is not going to work because we have, and I'm going to set it up here now, do my adjustments. We have the 2 tight ends and the fullback. So that's 3 extra blockers on this one side. That's going to be very difficult for them to navigate through. And again, you're not always going to get a touchdown, but you're going to get consistent minimum 5 to 10 yards with some big runs mixed in. Last defense people might try. A lot of people like cover 4 for the run. Now, there's a few different ways you can set this up. Some people will literally just play on a linebacker, just literally just be like this and just do nothing, really. Just play cover 4. Some people will literally just do this. That's not going to work. I mean, you guys can see here, we get our 5 yards, but if we would have outran that safety, we were a little faster, that's another touchdown. Now, the other thing people might do is they might actually do this, where they're going to, try to blitz those inside backers, crash the line down. This is one of the first run Ds of the year, but sometimes people still try it and play on the weak safety. Again, it's not going to work either. We just have the numbers advantage over here. You're going to get 5 to 10 yards every time with some big runs mixed in. So that's not really an option either. Now, you're probably wondering, what do I use the ISO for? Well, the ISO is essentially for 2 things. If I see that they're not pitching their D-line, they're just continuously spreading out their defensive line, or linebackers, that's when I run the ISO. Like maybe they don't pitch their D-line, they spread their linebackers out, or they just spread their D-line out, something like that. basically if they're not pinching their defense, ISO's perfect play call because you can just run up in there, get yourself a few basically free 4 to 5 yards, if not more. Easy, right? Now, you might be wondering, do you use motion with the ISO? A lot of times I like to motion this guy over, and the reason for that is if there's an edge linebacker on the left, sometimes he can come in and get you in the backfield, so you don't want that. So you motion this guy over, and that just makes the blocking a lot better. Now you can cut a lot easier and get more yardage. So that is my preferred motion on the ISO. Just look at this again. I'm going to actually get off that safety so he'll move. But make sure you run it to the side of the field that your quarterback's hand is. They said they fixed that for Madden 21, but in Madden 20, if your quarterback's right-handed, you want to run the ISO to the right. If he's left-handed, you want to run it to the left. But again, we motion this guy over because when we do that, he's going to seal that left edge if there's an edge rusher over there. So now we can cut to not only just the right, but we can cut to the left if we see an opening where that wouldn't allow us to otherwise. As you guys can see there, we do that, and we get some good yardage. So I'm going to take a look at the replay before we move on, just to show you what I mean. So in the 3-4 defense, if we don't motion this tight end over here, this linebacker, he might be able to shoot in and get us in the backfield. At the minimum, we're only going to be able to run up the middle to the right. But because we motion this guy over here, you guys can see he blocks him. So now this gives us options. At this point, I can read my blocks. Like if I want to run to the right, I can. But if I see that the blocking is better developing to the left, I can cut back to the left between the guard and the center, or even the tackle as well. So guys, you can see here, it's a little bit more crowded to the right. So because I get that linebacker off the left side of the screen blocked, I can cut back left, get a big run here. So that's why you want to use that motion to give yourself more lanes to run through. Just better motion for the ISO. Only other time I run the ISO is if they're just in a stupid defense period. Like sometimes people are just not smart and they'll run dumb Ds, like big dime. I've seen it. Believe it or not, I've seen people try to run big dime. Or like nickel 3-5 wide is fine if they're spine safeties, but sometimes I'll see people in like nickel normal or nickel 3-5. And really the only good nickel run defense, in my opinion, that you can use in this type of formation is 3-5 wide. But like if you're just in nickel normal or 3-5 or big dime, there is no way in the world you have a chance. So like if someone's just in a formation that you know cannot stop the inside run, then yeah, run the ISO. And I would still do that same motion just to be safe so you're able to get both sides blocked and sealed on the edge. Just like that. Easy yardage, right? So like I said, the reason this scheme is so good is because you have a real stretch out of this playbook in the I-form wing and not just a stretch RPO. The stretch RPO, you cannot playmaker. So what happens is people can play the edge blitz style defense because they know you can't playmaker the run to the weak side, and it just makes it pretty much impossible to run to the outside. And since you have no outside run threat, they can just pinch their D-line and crash them down, and you can't run the ISO or the dive either. So you pretty much have to pass, right? And you know, you can pass, sure, but you don't want to be in this formation if you can only pass. You need the run threat you need the run threat too. But because in the Seattle playbook, we have a regular stretch that you could playmaker to the left, and you can use motion, or playmaker to the weak side and use motion. Now you can't just be like, okay, I'm going to run those edge blitz defenses with the safety in the box, because now we can playmaker it away from the safety in the box and use motion and really take advantage of them. They can't play 3-5 wide either with the double safety spy. You can't play zone. I mean, at this point, you're really in trouble. So that's why I love this scheme. Again, it's in the Seahawks offensive playbook. Hope you guys enjoyed the tip, man. We'll be back with some more videos very soon. Until next time, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.